Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Matt. Today I want to talk about not ignoring the small micro optimizations that you can use when you're learning a language. And I think this is a really important concept because, when you're learning a language, the small things really add up over the long term. It's that consistency, it's that routine that gets you from that beginner stage all the way to fluency. And there's so many things that you can do on a daily basis that really aren't that big of an ask that really make a huge difference in the long term, right? For some people, though, they're very impatient and they want to be fluent now, but the reality is it's going to take a while. But if you do these kind of things every single day, it really can add up quite a bit in the long term. So, two big examples that I kind of like to point out that are just great to do if you want to give them a shot is one is using your phone kind of as a review mechanism throughout the day. So, let's say that you are struggling to learn a couple of words. No matter how much you use a flashcard system, no matter how much you encounter them when you're reading in a foreign language, you just can't get these words down into your long-term memory. And so take those 3 words that you're struggling with and put them in the notes section of your phone. And every time you check a text message, every time you open up your phone or some sort of interval like that, review the words and just, if you can, say them out loud, but just review them and close your phone and go about your day, right? It's really only a 5 to 10 second ask, but over time, you're going to be checking your phone throughout the day and you're getting that kind of SRS flashcard system review just by going about your day for this 5 to 10 second ask. And before you know it, you're going to have that word into your long-term, memory, into your long-term kind of subconscious over time. You can also apply this with grammar concepts. And I think it's a great way to kind of slowly memorize grammar rules where, let's say that you're really struggling with declension tables or you really need to end up memorizing that or some sort of conjugation table or something like that. Well, take a picture of that in your phone or put it in the notes section, and same idea. Every time you check your phone or answer a text, something like that, review the grammar table, go about your business, right? Ideally, if you can say it out loud, that's helpful because you get that kind of auditory aspect as well as the visual. But just look at it. And over time, you slowly will get that memorization in of the grammar rules that are kind of boring. It's kind of a grind to go through, but over time, you're going to slowly kind of have that grammar more internalized in your memory, right? It might take some time for that to actually kind of come into a more active role when you're speaking and things like that. But if you're talking about, getting some memorization in from either a vocabulary perspective or from a grammar perspective, it's huge. And you might think, well, it's only 10 seconds. This doesn't really matter. But, over the long term, consistently over the course of many weeks, you're going to have a lot more grammar under your belt than if you didn't do this method. Same goes with vocabulary. And it doesn't even have to be these kind of small, checking of your phone ideas. You can apply it to so many different areas. Like one great way is just listening every single day, which a lot of people neglect. And you don't really have to commit to just listening at every waking moment. It could be something as simple as just listening to the language on your commute to work or getting ready, where it's only really 15 minutes of listening. But if you do that every single day for an entire year, that really does start to add up quite a bit. You're talking about 50 to 100 plus hours in that rough time range that you wouldn't have had if you wouldn't have committed to just doing this 15-minute ask of listening every single day during one of these events. And over the long term, it really does add up. It can make the difference from you enjoying a lot more compelling content, or it may be the difference from you being at one level versus another. So don't ignore the small micro optimizations that you can use when learning a language, because ultimately it's that consistency and that routine and those small things that really become huge in the end of the day. So that's what I had to say. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.